Yeah, live Odie Wednesday.
Hey.
And I'm here with the famous Ethan.
Ethan, there you go.
He's celebrating, and the amazing Lisa Peterson.
Hello.
And so we are rocking and rolling on a Wealth Wednesday. There's Allison. Good morning, Allison. How are you? She's getting ready to ride her bike this morning.
Nice.
And we are, Lisa said, where are you? We're at the Team Elevation Global World Headquarters. Just opened today. The brand. We're at the World Headquarters. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look close enough, he has a green mustache.
Yep.
Because he's been drinking. I don't know where did you finish your shake?
Mm-hmm.
So he decided he wanted to take what I was taking this morning, and so I gave him some super greens plus D. Yeah, that didn't work well.
It wasn't big enough for my mouth, so I just got a super green juice.
Wasn't big enough, or your mouth wasn't big enough?
Yeah.
My mouth wasn't big enough.
Couldn't swallow.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I said, we have a solution for that.
Those can be tough.
Super green juice, was it good?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
We put super green juice. We put organic protein powder in there.
We put chocolate and we put honey in there.
Honey. We put chocolate. Wait, it must be a squirrel. Buster Brown. Buster. Oh, you got two dogs. Gotcha. So we are here today, Miss Denise Longton, with the absolutely world famous Ethan.
Hi, Ethan.
Hi.
And we were talking about him drinking his super green juice this morning.
Awesome.
He's got a little green mustache going. And we were talking because he wanted to do everything I've been doing this morning. So we've been working. We've been making it happen. Haven't we?
I like it.
I took some spray.
He took some detox spray as well.
Nice.
And we've been messaging people and emailing people and following up with people. And we've been spreading the love.
Saying happy birthday to people.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so we just opened the Team Elevation Global World Headquarters this morning. That's where we are, Miss Denise.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, World Headquarters, yeah.
Nice.
And so, it's a huge facility with an employment of 2, me and Ethan.
That's the best kind.
Yeah. So today is Wealth Wednesday. And, we talk about paying it forward. We talk about paying for the person behind you in the Taco Bell line for their food. And we talk about, leaving some money in a diaper box or a baby in the baby aisle. A lot of young moms are struggling and trying to make money, and you take a $20 bill and you put it in. Lori says, good morning. Hey, Ethan, working on it. Jamie says, woohoo. Allison says, Ethan, I will bring you sweet tarts in a bit. Yeah, get him sugared up. Come on, Allie. Jamie says, that's so fun. Welcome, Jamie. Allison, Delon's on. Big D in the house. AJ's on. You got lots of people. Debbie Stella says, hey, Ethan.
Hi.
You know Miss Debbie Stella, right? Yeah. And Ma. We will never see Ma. Yeah. So anyway, Wealth Wednesday. There's lots of different ways to spread the wealth. And so, it is it's a financial transaction. Let me read my notes here again so we get it right. It's basically what you're doing is a random act of kindness involving a financial transaction with no thought of getting anything in return. It makes them feel better and you feel better, and it spreads. In the universe, what you put out comes back. And whether or not that is financial, because a lot of people have a poverty mentality. Wealth Wednesday is about getting past that. You gotta get rid of a poverty mentality. You gotta say, hey, and so that's why dream building is so important. But before I go into the dream building, I wanted to talk about, there's a lot of organizations out there that you can donate to. Look there, Ethan. Who's that?
There's Jack. Hey,
Ethan.
Hey, Jack.
Nice.
Oh, man, that looks like a
Woo, hold that up again. What kind is that, Jack? Oh, that's
sweet.
a fancy yellow sports car.
That is sweet ride.
Yeah.
See, Jack is has a wealth mentality. When we're young, we have imagination. We believe anything's possible. Jack is imagining himself driving that yellow Ferrari
That's right.
on the IndyCar trail. They have a group that races those kind of cars, and it's a private group. And a friend of mine had a Porsche that he drove in that. But we grow up and we love life and we're kids and we imagine being and doing anything in life we want to do. And then we get older and people start crashing our dreams. People start telling us you can't do that. I was told my whole life I couldn't do it. You never do this. Oh, you'll never do that. You can't do that. You can't do this. Because my parents, that's just the way they were. They had a poverty mentality. We can't afford that. We can't do this. We can't. It's poverty mentality. And so Wealth Wednesday is all about getting over that and spreading the love, and just going out there and helping people. So there's a lot of charities out there. There's a lot of charities for different things. And so, we could start naming off charities, but everybody has their favorite. I saw one this morning on child trafficking, and it's the Underground. What's the name of it? The Underground Railroad. And what they do is they go out and they find their mission is to, number one, prevent child trafficking. But they go find kids who have been trafficked and they rescue them. The Underground Railroad, kind of like they did back in the slavery days where they were rescuing the slaves in the Underground Railroad. And it's a great cause and it's a great thing. That's just one. There's, the Battered Women's Shelter. There's the Salvation Army. There are some great places to donate money to, tithing. And we always talk about tithing 10% of your earnings, and that can be, I had somebody say to me, well, what if your budget, this is in the Dave Ramsey course that I was teaching, the last one I taught. I'm teaching another one that starts a week from Thursday. I think it's a week from Thursday, or it might be starting this Thursday. What's today? Wednesday? Next Tuesday, I think it starts, is when it starts. But anyway, said, what if we're trying to pay off our debt. We're trying to follow the Dave Ramsey plan, the financial peace plan, and where do you rank tithing in that? And I said, I rank it number one. Because that money, you got to put it out there and you've also got to pay yourself 10% in savings. So there's lots of different ways to do that. And I said, hey, you may be in a situation where you're tithing of your time. I'm going down and volunteering at the soup kitchen, or I'm volunteering at the Salvation Army, or I'm volunteering at Goodwill, whatever you can do. Jamie put on there ourrescue.org/training. Operation Underground Railroad. Sounds like she's on top of it. My favorite is AFSP and our. We do all have our favorites. And so what are some of your favorites? Jamie's telling us some of her favorites. What are some of your favorites? Doesn't have to be that. But it's just a matter of going out there and saying, today I'm going to pay it back and pay it forward. Because really we are blessed. We do live in the greatest country in the world, those of you who are in the USA, and many of you are from other countries, and there's some great other countries out there too, So
well, if you feel like you can afford to give money, you can give time and you can give your talent. A lot of people have different talents and different expertise that could be used by organizations that maybe can afford to hire people. So maybe you offer to whatever your area of expertise is.
Absolutely.
Do that as well.
Yeah.
But I like that whole, I call it a scarcity mentality. When you have a scarcity mentality, abundance will not come to you. It will not. Trust me when I tell you, it will not. So whatever you got to do to change up that mentality and believe that you already are abundant. You already are, I'm going to use the word wealthy, because wealthy isn't just about money. It's about family. It's about friends. It's about health. It's about all kinds of things. And when you practice gratitude and you are grateful for your abundance, you kind of knock out that scarcity mentality, because that what you focus on brings more to you. So if you're focusing on scarcity, scarcity is what you'll find.
Right.
You know, Denise, that is so true. You can say those words, but until you really feel it, it won't change. Until you really take that in and start living it. And if it means you have to meditate or, take time every day to think that way, because I remember living in the scarcity mentality before I found the direct selling business and started to know what it felt like. It's totally what you embrace and how you feel.
I remember, like, for those of us who've grown up in households whose parents went through the Depression, right? I mean, my mother wiped off tinfoil and rinsed off, right? I mean, it's just, you didn't throw anything away ever, because somebody might need it. It might not be you. Sorry, there's cars racing.
Wash your straws. So you wash your straw.
Yeah, you do what you have to do. But in that sense, I remember my mother saying to me one time, because I said to her, I noticed that she was not excitable, which is kind of funny. I used to say, how am I possibly your daughter? Like, what? Like, she just didn't get overly jazzed up about stuff. And she told me one time it's because when she was young, every time they started to feel good about their situation, something bad would happen. And I think that's true for many of us. Our experiences, you have certain experiences and things happen to you. And so in your unconscious mind, which operates 95% of what you do, you believe that if you do this, then this is going to happen. And that's where that scarcity piece easily comes in for many of us. And the first step is to just recognize it. Then you'll catch yourself doing it, and then you can make some adaptations.
Yeah. One of the things I like to do is to put that statement out there that people can say, I am so happy and grateful now that. And you finish that statement now that. And I remember years ago when I was doing some trainings and some self improvement trainings and stuff, they would say things like, go out on the weekends and go to open houses and go look at these dream houses that you would just love to live in. And my younger brother used to do that. And he didn't do it. He wasn't like in the classes or studying, but he used to go. He and his wife used to love going, looking at houses. And at the time, they lived in Charlotte, and they did not live on the lake. They lived close to the lake, Lake Norman. And so they wanted to live on the lake. And they did not have, they were working towards being able to afford that. And hey, what are you doing? Oh, we're looking at open houses. We're checking out some houses on the lake, And so I'll never forget, he called me one day and said, hey, found the house I'm going to buy. And he worked up towards that, and he bought a house on the lake. And that was just so cool. And I was like, that is stellar. I love it. I've got to have a house on the lake. Yeah. So I eventually bought a house on the lake. And going to look at a car, if your dream car is whatever, and you go to the Lexus dealership or the Mercedes dealership or BMW or Cadillac or Land Rover or whatever it is, and you go in there looking, and you say, and you get in the showroom, and you get in and you sit in the car and you shut the door and you smell the leather, feel that steering wheel, get your seat adjusted, or you can do the, roll down the window, put your arm out. Take the kids with you, because they're like, is this the one we're buying? Is this the one? I like this one better. I like that. They're all about, can we get it today? Can we get it today?
That totally worked for me. That's exactly what I did, and it works. You embrace it.
You ever
And
hear the story about Jim Carrey? I think it was Jim Carrey.
yes.
You know, where he would go always, and he wrote himself that check for whatever it was, $10 million for services rendered, and he wrote the check and he put it in his wallet and he looked at it every day, and he would go into Hollywood and he would go to some neighborhoods and just, look at the check and sure enough, years later, services rendered, exact check, and actually it was the exact date that was on the check.
Yeah, he put the date on there.
Yeah.
And he got the offer for what was that crazy movie with the animals?
I think it was Mask.
Was it
Mask or was it
the one about where he's hunting the pet detective?
Oh, it was some. I don't remember.
Yeah.
He's done so many.
Yeah.
He's done so many.
Yeah.
Young, poor kid from nowhere shows up. Yeah.
Because every day you're seeing that you talk about subliminal messages or your dream boards, or like Alan said, going to sit in the car, and Lisa, that worked for you. I mean, those are all things that getting that message into your subconscious is important, and you do that through emotion. That is what is the best way to kind of get it in there. That opens the door the widest, I guess, is what I want to say. So if you cannot just know that you want a new counter in your kitchen, what kind of counter do you want? What's it going to look like? What's it going to feel like? What are your friends going to say? Like, you want to feel how it's going to feel, because that is what's going to bring it.
And go to the counter shop, the custom, the marble store or whatever, and put your hands on it and feel it and visualize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I have a friend of mine who he's been married now for 7 years, and he would literally he wrote out the type of wife he wanted and what she looked like. And and her personality and all this stuff about this wife that he wanted. And he wanted, she had to be, he wanted this Christian woman, and she this and she that, and he wrote it all out. And he was studying, and he said, once I got done writing it, he said, it wasn't that I was looking. He said, it became a thing where I wasn't so much looking for that woman as it was, I started becoming the man that deserved a woman like that in my life. Mm-hmm. And he said, and then when he met her name is Julie, it's funny because he'll go, read this paper and check her out, and he always goes, I'm one hell of a salesman because I'm married up, and can you believe,
powerful.
But it is powerful. Yeah.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
So Wealth Wednesday.
No, yeah, today's Wealth Wednesday.
You see, I'm visualizing the Team Elevation Global World Headquarters.
Nice.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go out there and make it happen. Have a great day. We are so happy and grateful. I am so happy and grateful for all of you here joining us today. All of you who are watching in the replay, let us know where you're coming in from. Happy and grateful for my personal assistant today. He's making it happen.
He is.
That super green juice got you rocking, didn't it? And
yeah.
Did you have some CBD oil this morning too? You had some CBD oil this morning too, as you can tell.
Yes, I can see that. He's really focused.
Because I went in and took some CBD oil. He goes, I got to have some too. I said, all right, you're the man.
Nice. Awesome.
Touchstone, he's going to be a national ambassador with Touchstone. And isn't that your goal? He just can't wait for me to get him his own site. He pulls mine up and he goes, that says your name. I don't want my name on it.
Nice.
There you go.
That's awesome.
All right, gang. Love you.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks.
Have a blessed day.
Great day. Bye.